right, great. So we're going to talk about a complex philosophy here, and I titled it Being Patiently in a Rush. Can anybody take a guess of what this is about?
Customer service? Like how to, like when we have high volume calls, like how to like be time sensitive, I believe. Like
Yeah.
don't spend so much time when it's like something small.
Yeah. Well, customer service is a good point because you have to be, quick with them, right? They expect quick service. You got to pick up the phone calls. You got to be available, but you also have to be patient with them because you're not going to be like, all right, are we done?
Right.
Because that's going to be not great customer service. So you have to balance those two things out. So that's a good example of like a micro situation. Also in sales too, I think, when you get a lead, you got to call it right away, right? But you're not going to just be like, let's just go really fast and get it over with. It doesn't make sense. You got to balance those two things. But I'm also thinking about big picture things too. Because one of the really key concepts of being successful, I think a lot of people really, really have a hard time grasping, is the concept of time. Okay, people are just in too much of a rush. Okay, so one of the things that really helps people get to a level they can is when they're very patient. Does that make sense? What are some things that you guys see that helps when you're patient? You do the right things. Thank you, Martha. You don't take shortcuts, right? Some people they just want to like achieve a certain point. You can see it in fitness or in relationships too, but they just take shortcuts all the time. Okay, or they don't get to a certain level and they say, oh, I thought this was going to happen so much faster. Let me just try something else now. Okay, they start all over again, right? So patience is really an important one. What are some things you guys have to be patient with? Clients, okay, yeah.
Sometimes they have a lot of questions.
Right. So you got to answer those patiently. And again, that's a micro situation. What about big picture things? What are some things you guys can be honest too. Like, what are some things you guys struggle being patient with?
The system.
The system?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
It's slow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're frustrated when it's slow.
Oh, the system is slow. Okay, or the internet? Not anymore, right? Yeah, the internet is bad. That's a huge problem. But sometimes you can be also patient with yourself too. Like, oh man, I thought I'm gonna get this faster. Like, I thought I'm gonna be able to like get better at this. So there's a little bit of learning curve. So sometimes you're also frustrated at yourself sometimes that like I'm not getting the numbers, or I'm not understanding this is fast enough. I'm not understanding the system fast enough. So you really have to be patient. I'm sure when it comes to like creating content too, like we have to be patient. Like we have to like constantly put things out. Nothing's happening. It's kind of like working out. Like first 30 days, nothing's happening. You're like, what the heck is going on? You feel like giving up. So when it comes to success, really the long-term thinkers, and we talked about this so many times, right? But the person who really thinks long-term are the ones that are going to win because they're still putting in the work enough to get good at it. I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the things. Oh, you know what? August 1st, what was that? We always talk about this every year. I forgot to talk about that.
It's our anniversary when we moved in.
It happens to be when we moved in too, but it also happens to be when I started the agency too. So we moved in here like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And how many years has this agency been around? 12, yeah? Yeah, 12 years. So I'll talk to you guys a lot about being patient. Okay? For me, being patient, it's on a whole nother level. Okay? What am I patient about?
Small growth.
Growth, yeah. Takes a lot longer than I thought.
We used to count like the policies and forwards.
So it takes a long time, I'm telling you guys, to build a business. And sometimes you're making money, sometimes you're not. Last month, I'll tell you guys, guess how much I spent on just business expense. Okay, this is payroll, this is rent, this is leads, this is employee taxes.
Like 65,000.
How much can you spend?
79,000.
Oh.
How much?
79,000.
79? Oh, with the paying everybody.
And the rent and the leads, the employee taxes. This is not income tax. This is employee taxes.
Okay. How much did you make then?
Just a little bit more than that. more than that. Sometimes it's less than that, but that last month was more than that. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, the patience it requires, okay, to build a business is very difficult. So your patience is always tested. And then I have to be patient with what else?
With your agents.
Employees. Are you kidding me? I'm spending all that money. You know, sometimes I could get frustrated if things aren't going as fast as expected, or especially if I'm getting like a bad attitude or something like that, I could get like pretty upset. But I have to be patient because I understand I'm realistic and I know that it's going to take each person some time to get good. It's just a big investment. Like I'm spending a lot of money training them and spending my time and paying them for them to get good. So there's a big patient factor there. And then another thing I have to be patient with is just, you know, I mean, I have places I want to go, I have stuff I want to buy. You know, I have like leisure time I want to spend. So there's a lot of patience as far as making sacrifices too. So it just takes a lot of patience to be successful. That's just all I'm trying to tell you guys. And we're so young that I think a lot of people just, when you're young, your biggest asset is that you have so much time. And people are out there living like they're running out of time. You know, they're taking shortcuts when it's like, we have so much time to get good at what we're doing here. So really, there's no need to be in such a rush where you're taking shortcuts or you're getting frustrated or you're just like giving up, because it's just, you know, if you have a realistic mindset and have a good understanding of the concept of time, you're going to be doing a lot of things more patient, you're going to be a lot more determined, and you're going to be more consistent and persistent. So that's just what I want to share with you guys. Well, on the flip side, what else is it? What do we have to mix? Be patiently what?
Rushed.
In a rush. Okay, so this is why it's so hard for people to understand this concept, because it's so advanced, because it's two what? Opposites, right? Two contradicting things. What are some things we need to be in a rush about?
Hitting our goals.
Hitting our goals. There you go. So being patient doesn't mean like, okay, I'm just gonna chill. Like this, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out. I'm just gonna just chill and just relax, and everything will work itself out. No, you gotta have urgency. Like you really have to have urgency. Like I think some of the agents here, they're like in here in a rush. They're working at a different pace. They're just getting so much more done than other people because they're just in a rush. So hitting your goals is a good one. What else?
Being more efficient.
Being more efficient. Yeah, very similar. Okay, so when it comes to customer service or sales, okay, when you get a lead, you gotta call it right away, right? Like when I get a lead, I send it to you guys right away because I'm like, these people have to get called right away, because that really helps out the closing ratio. If someone goes and requests a lead and then they have to wait 3 hours, they're just on to something else by that time. Okay, so that's why when they request a lead, even at midnight and we call them right at 8, then they're like, oh, they're on it. Okay, or if they fill it out and then we call it right away, then they're like, oh wow, they're on it. And it's fresh on their mind. So being in a rush is super important when it comes to closing deals. What else? Just being in a rush just really helps, right? Just you have to work at a faster pace. So even though I'm patient, every day I'm here, I'm just in a rush. Like I'm like, okay, well, what are we gonna put out now? Multitasking. Yeah, doing customer service. You know, thinking about marketing ideas, right? What new video we're gonna make. You know what campaigns we're gonna run. I'm in a rush to train you guys. You know, I'm not like just like, oh, be patient. So I'm just gonna just chill. You know, I'm in a rush to build a business, right? So that's really where it comes into play, where it's just really difficult for some people to not be too much in a rush, but also some people are just too patient. So that balancing those two contradicting philosophies is really what gets people things done, because some people are really exactly the opposite. They're like not working hard enough the day to day, but then expect things to go a lot faster. So it's like you gotta work fast, like day to day, but then the big picture, you gotta understand things are gonna not happen that fast. They can get a lot done in one day, but in 1 year, not that much is gonna change. People don't want to work hard, but then expect a lot of things to be different in 1 year. So it's the complete opposite. So you gotta understand that you gotta work really fast every day, but then things are gonna take time. Very similar to fitness. Like if you work out for 30 days straight, I don't know how much change you're gonna see. Depends on everyone's body type, but but you gotta still do it every day, right? So very similar to that. All right. So I just want to share this guys to you because you just want to be, once you guys really understand it, you're going to be more ready mentally to go through the long journey it takes to become successful. Because if you have a realistic expectation when things don't happen right, you're just going to be like, oh, okay, I expected it, things don't happen right away. So you don't get so hurt or crushed when year 3 you're like, oh, I'm not making that, I'm not where I thought I would be. It's okay, you probably weren't supposed to anyways. Okay, and then you're still going to be working at the pace, working at the same enthusiasm to finally get there where you guys want to. All right. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys because it's all about just being ready mentally. And once you guys are ready mentally, then you guys are going to put in all that work because it takes a long time to become successful. And being patient is one key. And 12 years in, I'm still fighting that battle of being patient and being in a rush. So just something I want to share with you guys. Work at a fast pace when you guys are here. Just work as fast as you guys can. It's just tremendous how much someone is getting done compared to someone else. Okay, and then that's why it kind of makes sense how the pay structure is working. Okay, because you're getting a lot more done that deserves more production. Okay, at the same time, try to work as hard as you can, but still, I understand that in your guys' perspective, there's a patience game too. Okay, you guys have to pay your dues and then get to where you want to be too. So let's mix that 2 philosophies in. And if you guys really understand that, really, it's a pretty complicated subject matter, but I just want you guys to start sharing that with you guys so you guys can help be on the right way, right path to success. All right? Hey, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe. And then stay tuned for more future videos to help you grow your insurance agency. And also comment below and let me know what you think. Until next time, thank you.